case you missed it, just the other day, we got a pretty massive change for the Ark Passive system in Korea. So I'm going to be reacting and then giving my thoughts and trying to break it down as best as possible. So starting with evolution, the evolution tree is now unlocked at combat level 50. All gear from tier 2 and onwards will now provide evolution points for tier 3 gear, enhancing pieces with mayhem horns. So what you get from clearing Kakul Seidon will increase total evolution points by 10, further increased by the same amount when using the Empyrean of Contemplation. So the upgrades you get from clearing Triangle, you can still gain up to 20 points from leveling from 50 to 70. So this part here, the 20 points from 50 to 70 is still the same, but this is different. Now looking at the gear, you can start from all the way in tier 2, which I don't know how much of a difference it's going to make, probably none. Really where I think the difference is going to be made is here at the Belshazzar gear, where you get 60 points. If we look at my main, I'm only at 59 points because I haven't hit 1660 yet. We still haven't made that push. But realistically, I think it's a good change. It gets people more used to the system. It gets more use out of the system entirely from the player base who hasn't pushed A gear and who isn't like all the way geared through A gear waiting for Belshazzar. So honestly, it's not a bad change. I'm curious how it'll work in the lower tier, like tier 2 and the beginning of tier 3 if you're new and haven't cleared Brel or Akan at that point. Yeah, moving on to the enlightenment points. The enlightenment tree is now unlocked at item level 1250. So pretty much when tier 3 starts, all accessories from tier 3 and onwards will now provide enlightenment points. You can still gain up to 20 points when leveling up from 50 to 70, and the potions are also in effect. So the potions you get from the tier 4 world boss, the adventure tome, and the daily, those still apply. So pretty much you start at 46 as soon as you clear the tier 3 Abyssal Dungeon and Argos. And then moving on as you get your relic gear and ancient gear through tier 3, like you're kind of hard stuck at 46 points, the same as what you would have at like Echidna level. And as soon as you get to A gear, that's when it starts to get juiced. That's when your default starts juiced, and that's when you can gear up. And this effectively brings tier 3 characters to the same spot as those in tier 4. Below item level 1680, the main difference will be made by access to enlightenment point potions and combat level. So yeah, still the same as it is right now in the game, where if you have more potions and you're a higher level, you have more access. The leaf trees remain the same. Yeah, so no changes there. Honestly, it's not bad. Once again, it's unlocking the system further for newer players or veteran players who just have rat alts that they're not playing on, but now can play on and enjoy playing on it. Yeah, so right here you can see like where you'd be starting with, like if you have 70 quality, you see how many points you gain, your damage, and your brand power. So I'm guessing this is just the tier 3 accessories compared to like the tier 4, because look, like the highest these go is 77, the highest that goes is 92. So I mean, I guess we'll see it low on winter if they talk about it there. Moving on to the engravings. The way engravings are used will now also follow the Ark Passive model. However, not all slots are unlocked right away, with some of them becoming available after reaching certain item level requirements. Additionally, class engraving recipes, so your books, will no longer be used, and they can be dismantled for tokens to be traded in for various rewards. The legendary class engravings will yield 20 tokens, while epic class engravings will yield 1 token. Players who have already learned these engravings will receive the corresponding tokens via universal storage. So down here, I don't know if this is like the token shop, like how much you're spending. Obviously for the mass, that's how much you're spending, but I don't know if... So this says exchange, so I'm guessing we're buying these. So I don't understand. We can dismantle the books to buy more books. Maybe I'm just not understanding it properly, but this is alright. I think because of this, now I'm permanently having access to your engravings. I don't think books are really required anymore until you get to this 1540 section where you have all of them. Right now my only problem with it is, why are we limiting people to how many engravings they can have based off where they are in a campaign? I mean, really, who cares if someone has 3 engravings when they're doing Phaeton or 4 engravings when they're doing Punica? Realistically, you're not raiding at that point other than solo raids. So you're just making the solo raids more difficult on new players because they don't have these engravings unlocked. That's, to me, that's the only problem with this update. Is essentially gatekeeping new players from having their full engravings based on eye level. When I could go on like a rat alt in 1370 and buy 5x3 right now, or just get, or if we just swap to the game, sorry, my game crashed, never mind. But if you, like, if you have the engraving support that gives you free 5x3, so are they essentially removing that and just limiting this? I don't know. That's the only thing I have a problem with, honestly. The rest of this is good. I like all of this. It doesn't go live till the 18th, so 5 days for us after Low on Winter, 4 days for them. So I'm guessing they're going to talk about it a bit more, flesh it out a bit more in KR. And hopefully give us some further detail to elaborate on some of these things. And then we'll see how it goes when it does launch. But all in all, I think it's a good update for the game. I don't see a problem with newer players or weaker characters being that little bit stronger in their raids. Like, yeah, I don't see a problem with it. So honestly, it's a good update. An estimate for when North America will get it, I'd say anywhere from mid-January all the way to February, depending on what the content is like what the schedule is like for us compared to KR. But yeah, I think I'm confident in saying anywhere from mid-January to February we get this update. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So all in all, good system. It'll help players out. Yeah. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe.